I know this may seem like a little bit of a begging letter, and every content creator does this, but it'd be really wicked if you could subscribe down below, smash that bell. Sports science, not bro science. They say you can judge a presidency by its first 100 days. I'm not too sure about a YouTube channel, but we should give it a go, I suppose. ImSportsScience is now 100 days old, and I thought it best to reflect upon the science of immersive sports science, however weird that may sound, and looking at why we are in existence and then where are we heading. What have I learned from these first 100 days, and how can I use that to help my audience also improve the content that I am providing, and whatever future projection, whatever future route we're going to move down. So I came up with this idea for immersive sports science, I remember for my PT clients and telling them if you want to improve, I should recommend you read this journal. And most people would look at the journal and think, what the hell is this? Or, I ain't got time reading that. And it kind of got to me from people saying that kind of thing, that we need to simplify the knowledge that we are giving. And so Tony Williams talks about how the scientific community is great at communicating knowledge amongst us, but not out towards a wider audience where it could be more beneficial. And I realised this quite early on, trying to give these journals, how can I simplify that knowledge? I was also inspired by a Kelsey Erickson lecture at Leeds Beckett, and Kelsey Erickson was talking about supplements and how people were not going to these environments where the knowledge about these supplements was well known, but instead going off YouTube comments and tutorials and how-to-dos and getting their knowledge that way rather than going through these other means. Now, that maybe the reason for that may be because this information isn't easily accessible. People don't know about Google Scholar or ResearchGate, so they can't access these journal articles. They don't know necessarily what they are because of the complicated language. They're not easily accessible, they're not easily understood, and they're not easily read. So that's my reasoning for setting up immersive sports science. I wanted to create something that was fun, easy to understand, and could be easily accessible. So it was all up-to-date information. A little bit of fitness, but mainly focused on the sports science element to that. But that kind of went out the window in the first month. I did a business plan, and I realised within the field that the ESPN sports science show takes up most of the YouTube space. Bearing in mind, no guaranteed formula or way of success. Yes, there are ways of doing it, but no guaranteed formula, just like sport really. And I fully understood that, and I thought, you know what, let's give it a punt. So I set up the YouTube channel, I set up a Daily Motion channel, which wasn't as successful as the YouTube one. YouTube channel, within the first month, I had people saying, what about doing exercise for glutes? What about doing basic nutrition so I can understand it? And instead of just becoming sport within the first month, this was not possible. I could not reach that niche. I had to broaden and widen my horizons. I could have a broader audience rather than aiming at a niche, which most of the guys of YouTube, even YouTube themselves, say that you have to do in order to increase the subscriber base. So within the first month, I realised that was just not possible. So I broadened my horizons, and then we tried to include things like fat acceptance and other fitness elements. When setting up immersive sports science, I thoroughly knew that it might not work. I thoroughly understood that, so I've given myself a year, 2 years to try and improve it on, and I'm surprised at how well people have taken to it. And even though it's still developing, the people are seeing it as a good idea. I know this is potentially a business opportunity, and like a business, it has to make money at some point. These will then tie into my goals, so we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I won't necessarily sell out though. Everything provided here will be factually accurate. You see it in YouTube Fitness at the moment. There are shows, I won't mention them. There's people on there like Every Day in Fitness will mention them. But the advice they are giving is not factually accurate. It's bro science. They've kind of made it up. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that is correct way to do things. You should know what you're looking for. You should know your scope of practice as well. And you should develop upon that scope of practice and improve your own knowledge base so you can help your audience.
One major inspiration for me was the BBC Horizon programme. And I like this programme because it met what everyone's saying wanted in a sports science programme. It gives you the evidence in a simple way without cutting evidence out, without oversimplifying it to the point where it's not science anymore. Another mainstream inspiration for me was the ESPN Sports Science, just because the way they presented it was just fun, if not a bit quirky.
But not everyone was accepting. It took me by surprise, really. As you can see within the 4,000 view reflection, which I've taken a little bit of time to do because I want to get the information across correctly, but also because it's a complicated video to put together. It kind of took me by surprise. People were generally saying, we want the information, we want the knowledge, but we want to be able to, not to skimp on that knowledge, but be able to make it easy and fun to understand. Well, what John's saying, it was almost like he wanted something devoid of fact. I don't think that's what he meant. I think the advice he was giving was the fact that you put all this information in and it's just not necessary for him. That was one of the major problems at the moment, is that I don't necessarily understand the audience who are viewing this, and hopefully if I can develop a community, if you guys get commenting below, if there's something you want, definitely share it and I can share that information with you. I might even make a video of it, for instance. Another challenge I'm facing at the moment is I want to be able to do all the types of video, but when does the videos become devoid of science? When is it not science? When does it become social commentary and all? I started doing this video and then it got to me, this is maybe not what immersive sports science is or was about. We need to try and stick it to what immersive science is about, but yet at the same time it's a great video idea, it's something people aren't talking about. But I don't want this to become social commentary, so things like what Every Day in Fitness does, what Vegan Gains does, because that's not what immersive sports science was designed to do. I'm in two minds about doing videos like that, so if you guys comment, tell me what you think, that'd be excellent. Moving forward, we're still going to complete the penalty shootout series, definitely the confidence one. That hopefully I should get a few videos in December. Also in December we've got a talk with Eddie Hall, which has already been recorded. That's going to be put into video and I can't wait for that. And we definitely need to get more future stars involved. I've got a few of them which I can't tell you yet, so I'm going to keep that a little bit of a secret. But they're in interesting roles, so I hope you enjoyed that. Moving beyond into other goals, we want to get to 250 subscribers by the end of 2018. By the end of within an actual year, so up until 19th of July when I first set up, I want to get at least 1k subscribers to this channel, and also to increase the view minutes by up to 10,000 views. The goals I want to set out for you guys are a little bit more broader, is how to make more consistent videos, but at the same time mix them up and change them, and also decide what that consistency is, so it's still exciting for you, and develop a community where people can share and discuss ideas, and then I can potentially make videos from those ideas, or at least be able to help you with my knowledge I've got. which I've attained through years of being a personal trainer or doing sports science undergrad and now my postgrad psychology, sport and exercise degree, be able to improve the knowledge base that you guys can have. I'm Adam McCarthy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's if you're still watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that bell. Sports science, not bro science.